The sun was slowly lowering over a wide, beautiful green field, painting the sky in warm shades of gold and orange. Gentle wind moved through the grass like waves on water, and thousands of people sat scattered across the hillside, their eyes fixed on one man, Jesus Christ. He stood calmly on a small rise, simple in appearance, yet carrying a presence that made the entire crowd feel seen, known, and loved. Mothers held their children close. Fishermen rested their hands after long days, and even the tired and sick leaned forward, eager to hear him speak. Jesus lifted his eyes across the crowd, as if he knew every story, every pain, every hope sitting before him. Then he began to speak, not loudly, but with a voice that somehow reached every heart. He spoke of promises, not promises like men make and forget, but promises that felt eternal, unbreakable. He told them not to worry about their lives, about what they would eat or wear. As he spoke, a bird flew across the glowing sky, and he gently pointed toward it. The people followed its path, watching it glide freely. "If God cares for the birds," his voice seemed to say through the stillness, "how much more does he care for you?" A quiet murmur passed through the crowd. Some smiled, others wiped tears from their faces. Children began to relax in the grass. Old men straightened their backs. Hope was settling in like the evening light. Jesus continued, speaking of peace, not the kind the world gives, but a peace that lives inside the heart, even when everything outside is uncertain. As he spoke, the wind softened, almost as if nature itself was listening. He told them that those who seek will find, those who ask will receive, and those who knock, the door will be opened. The words felt alive, not just spoken, but felt deeply, like something awakening within them. A woman in the crowd, who had come carrying heavy sorrow, suddenly felt lighter, as if her burden had been gently lifted. A young man, uncertain about his future, felt a new courage rising within him. Even the children sensed something special. They laughed softly, playing in the grass but never straying far from his presence. The sky continued to change, now glowing with soft purples and deep oranges. The moment felt timeless. Jesus spoke of love, loving one another, forgiving, giving freely, and trusting in God's goodness. His words weren't complicated, yet they carried a power that transformed hearts. And though thousands were gathered, it felt personal to each one, as if he was speaking directly to them alone. The crowd grew quiet, not out of confusion, but out of peace. For a moment there was no hunger, no fear, no worry, only stillness and faith. As the light faded into evening, no one wanted to leave. Not because they were told to stay, but because they had found something they didn't want to lose: hope. And as Jesus stood there, looking over the people, it was clear. This wasn't just a gathering. It was a moment where heaven touched earth.